Here's today's top story. Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. Today we're launching Claude Fable 5, a Mythos Class 1 model that we've made safe for general use. Fable 5's capabilities exceed those of any model we've ever made generally available. It is state-of-the-art on nearly all tested benchmarks of AI capability, showing exceptional performance in software engineering, knowledge work, vision, scientific research, and many other areas. The longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable 5's lead over our other models. Releasing a model this capable comes with risks. Without safeguards, Fable 5's capabilities in areas like cybersecurity could be misused to cause serious damage. We've therefore launched the model with safeguards that mean queries on some topics will instead receive a response from our next most capable model, Claude Opus 4.8. To release the model both safely and quickly, we've tuned these safeguards conservatively. They'll sometimes catch harmless requests, though they trigger, on average, in less than 5% of sessions. With more capable models arriving in the coming months, we're working to improve our safeguards and reduce false positives as quickly as we can. For a small group of cyber defenders and infrastructure providers, we're also launching Claude Mythos 5. It's the same underlying model as Fable 5, but with the safeguards lifted in some areas. 2 Mythos 5 will initially be deployed through Project Glasswing, in collaboration with the US government, as an upgrade to Claude Mythos Preview. It has the strongest cybersecurity capabilities of any model in the world. Soon, we intend to expand access to Mythos 5 through a broader Trusted Access program. The capabilities of models like Fable 5 and Mythos 5 have the potential to do profound good for the world. We've seen the beginnings of this in Project Glasswing, where the models have helped cyber defenders secure critically important software. We've also seen it in life sciences research, where the models are positing novel hypotheses and speeding up the development of new therapeutics. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are being offered at $10 per million input tokens and $50 per million output tokens, less than half the price of Claude Mythos Preview. Today's joint launch is another step towards our goal of bringing advanced AI capabilities to as many users as possible, as quickly and as safely as we can. Evaluating Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. The table below compares the capabilities of Fable 5 and Mythos 5 to other leading models. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 can work autonomously for longer than any previous Claude models. Below we discuss how these skills apply to software engineering, and cover the model's improved capabilities in knowledge work, vision, memory, and life sciences research. Software engineering. During early testing, Stripe reported that Fable 5 compressed months of engineering into days. In a 50 million-line Ruby codebase, the model performed a codebase-wide migration in a day that would otherwise have taken a whole team over 2 months by hand. Fable 5 is also more token efficient than past Claude models, on Cognition's Frontier Code Evaluation, which tests whether models can pass difficult coding tasks while meeting the standards of high-quality production codebases. Fable 5 scores highest among frontier models, even at medium effort. Knowledge work. Fable 5 shows strong performance on complex analytical tasks. On Hebbia's finance benchmark for senior-level reasoning, Fable 5 has the highest score of any model, with substantial gains in document-based reasoning, chart and table interpretation, and problem-solving. IMC noted that Fable 5 aced their trading analysis evaluations nearly across the board, including factual lookup, conceptual reasoning, root cause analysis, and expected value analysis. Vision. Fable 5 is the new state-of-the-art model for tasks involving vision. It can extract precise numbers from detailed scientific figures and can perform complex vision-based tasks like rebuilding a web app source code from screenshots alone. It also needs less scaffolding. For example, previous Claude models struggled to play Pokémon FireEarth even with harnesses that gave them additional helpful tools, but Fable 5 beat FireEarth with a minimal, vision-only harness. Memory and long context. Fable 5 stays focused across millions of tokens in long-running tasks and improves its outputs using its own notes. When we had the model play the deck-building game Slay the Spire, giving it access to persistent file-based memory improved its performance 3 times more than for Opus 4.8. Fable also reached the game's final act 3 times more often. Drug design. Using Mythos 5, our internal protein design experts accelerated aspects of the drug design process by around 10 times. In one example, they found that Mythos 5, with protein design and bioinformatics tools but no human assistance, matches or beats skilled human operators. In doing so, the model executes all of the tasks that are normally completed by a scientist, choosing binding sites, selecting and running protein design tools, and recovering from failures along the way. 9 of the 14 protein targets from this study, shown below, yielded strong candidates for drug design that we're currently investigating. Novel hypotheses in molecular biology. Mythos 5 is our first model to consistently produce novel, compelling scientific hypotheses. In blinded head-to-head comparisons against Opus-class models, our scientists preferred Mythos's molecular biology hypotheses 80% of the time, and have advanced several to experimental evaluation. In the meantime, one Mythos hypothesis, a novel mechanism for an E. coli protein, was corroborated in a study from a lab independently working on the same problem. Novel research in genomics. Mythos 5 conducted novel genomics research in over a week of largely autonomous work. It assembled single-cell data for millions of cells spanning 138 animal species and designed and trained a custom machine learning model to identify cells performing the same role in even distantly related organisms. With only high-level human input, Mythos 5's trained model outperformed a recent model published in the journal Science, despite being 100 times smaller. We intend to publish these results in the coming months. Alignment. In our automated alignment assessment, we found that Mythos 5's level of misaligned behavior, including misaligned actions taken by the model such as deception, and cooperation with misuse of the model by a user, was low, and similar to that of Opus 4.8. Given they are the same underlying model, Fable 5's level of alignment will be similar. The assessment is described in full, along with a detailed suite of other safety and capabilities tests, in the model system card. Early feedback for Claude Fable 5 customers with early access ran their own tests on Fable 5. Below, in their words, is a selection of what they're seeing. Claude Fable 5 is the state-of-the-art model on Cursor Bench. It's opened up a class of long-horizon problems that were out of reach for earlier models. Claude Fable 5 is a real step forward for the developers GitHub serves. In our early testing, it took on complex, long-horizon coding tasks with a level of autonomy and reliability that exceeded previous benchmarks. But what excites us most is the direction it points, a future where developers can hand increasingly ambitious work to agents and trust the results across the software lifecycle. These are the strongest results of any Claude model we've had the opportunity to test. Claude Fable 5 is a clear step forward on agentic coding and prototyping. Claude Fable 5's reasoning is a clear step beyond Opus 4.8. It works at senior research scientist grade, picking directions, allocating resources, killing its incorrect beliefs, and producing novel first principles outputs. Claude Fable 5 understands what builders mean, not just what they type. Apps that took 100 prompts a year ago, it now one-shots. When a customer really hits a wall, it's the model we reach for to get them past it quickly, so they can finish what they set out to build. Claude Fable 5 feels materially different. In blind review, our lawyers found its redlines matched or beat our current model every time. At the highest effort, Claude Fable 5 reflects on and validates its own work. For us, that's what makes highly autonomous operations possible. The extra thinking pays for itself. Claude Fable 5 delivers more capable engineering in fewer turns than prior models, handling the complex multi-agent workflows our employees run daily in Claude Code. Claude Fable 5 is the highest scoring model on Frontier Bench, Cognition's Frontier Coding Eval. It excels at long-horizon reasoning and generalizes to unfamiliar tools out of the box. Claude Fable 5 is the strongest finance-first model we've tested, both on general finance and reasoning. It's a notable step up. Claude Fable 5 is the first to break 90% on our core analytics benchmark of complex, long-running analytical tasks, a 10-point jump over Opus. On the hardest questions, it shows strong judgment and attention to nuance. Claude Fable 5 is the strongest model we've tested on frontier physics research while using a third of the reasoning tokens. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe.